Hey guys, it's Hodgepodge here, and today we're going to do a review of the Safari Limited Inostrancevia. This figure was released back in 2011 and it was retired this year in 2018. And this was a type of Gorgonopsid therapsid, which are animals closer related to us mammals than they are to reptiles and birds, and lived during the late Permian period in Russia from about 260 to 254 million years ago. So this guy was named after the Russian scientist. I'm not sure what his exact profession was. It was called Alexander Inostrantsev, and that's where he gets the name Inostrancevia from, which is kind of crazy sounding to some of us non-Russian speakers. And yeah, it's awesome to have an actual Gorgonopsid figure, because I can only think of two off the top of my head, and that's this one and the Dino Gorgon released by Schleich this year. And I have to say, this is a really good representation of Gorgonopsid. So if we take a closer look at the head, we can see the most distinctive feature of Gorgonopsids. Come to focus, there we go. You can see the really distinct saber teeth that they had way before the saber-toothed cats made them famous. And see they've got very distinct other types of teeth here. We've got some incisors and molars here, but only on the top jaw. And the inside of the mouth is nicely sculpted. And this is also evidence to prove that they're close related to mammals than they are to reptiles, because reptiles usually only have one type of teeth, one type of tooth that lines the whole jawline, whereas mammals have many different kinds of teeth. The skin texture is very interesting on this figure. It's in this like very dynamic, almost running kind of pose, and the skin is like kind of wrinkled. Like here, you can see the skin folds here, and it's got a very interesting feel to it. And as you can probably tell, these guys were definitely carnivores, and Inostrancevia in particular was discovered around the same area as Scutosaurus, and it probably would have hunted it, Scutosaurus being a type of ancient reptile, similar to tortoises in many ways, but not a true tortoise at all. Now, the colour scheme on this guy is not that exciting. It's just a lot of browns and light browns underneath, darker on the top, yellowy oranges mixed in. But it's not a bad colour scheme. It's been very well applied. And the paint has been, like I said, it's been put on well. Interesting on the feet, because on the underside you can see there's these brown stripes in between each of the toes, and the claws on the toes have been sculpted in this very dark grey, almost a black colour. They do have the correct number of toes, 5 on each foot. The accuracy on this figure is very good. Now it does sadly have a little bit of a shrink-wrapped look to it on the head. As you can see, the temporal, not fenestra, but you can see where the jaw is opening and bracing. That's my air freshener. You can see it's starting to go in a bit. It does look a bit thin in the face, but I don't think it's that noticeable. You can see a tiny little ear hole on that side, and then on that side the eye's yellow. Get to focus. There you go. Yeah, see yellow eye on both sides, pink nostrils. There is no hair on this figure. Now I don't know if Gorgonopsids definitely did have hair, but there's definitely some evidence. Well, it's definitely likely that they had some hair. It may not have been covered in hair, but it's very possible they had like whiskers or something similar like that. But I understand why they didn't include it, because there is no hard evidence for Gorgonopsid, least of all Inostrancevia, having it. So yeah, that's going to be all I can really say about this model. Let's give it a measure. So this figure is about, what we're looking at, about 14 centimeters long and about 5 centimeters tall at the head. So yeah, I don't think this figure's really going to blow anyone away, but it's a Gorgonopsian figure, and they're so rare, and this is a really well done and really accurate one. So if you're a fan of Permian animals, I highly recommend this, and since it's being retired, you're definitely going to want to get this when you can. So yeah, that's all I have to say on this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.